Well, hello, YouTube friends and family. It's Frank here once again on a Sunday morning, and I think I'm coming here to check out the Lucas Patio Villas. And I got the sun in front of me, as you can see. And but where we're at is Peter Lane and Van Beck Circle. Peter Lane. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these are going to be the Lucas Patio Villas, Peter Villas. It's usually the street name is what they name these, but we're going to go in. These are brand new, and I don't know if these are quite open yet or not, ready for sale. They probably are, because as we mentioned before, the Villages releases homes a certain amount at a time. They sell them and open some more until they're all sold. But really, like at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning, people just speed dial their realtor, excuse me, not your realtor, your sales agent, to jump on one of these homes. And the premium homes generally go first. But we're just going to ride around here again, right around the outside, then we'll ride around on the inside and just kind of see what they've done in here, if anything different. I know we do this a lot, and it's in hopes of maybe finding something a little bit different this time. Which reminds me, I'm going to be doing a video on patio villas, stuff like that. Past patio villas, present. We're going to see which one you guys like the best. And there are going to be some key differences in the way they, especially like bungalows and stuff, of the way that they used to do things and then the way they're doing things now. Completely different, guys. I don't know. Let's get into it. But anyhow, there we go. The streets have been, look like they've been trying to clean up the streets. So we're gonna try to be a little bit careful, because I don't want to run into stuff, or run over things rather. Now, this neighborhood, it's still got a good ways to go yet. I'm not sure how much of this will get done. And I just don't like riding in areas that look rather dirty, you know what I mean? But as we can see in these patio villas, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if these are the Lucas. Well, there's a home sold right there already, gone. But as I've mentioned, you know, like I say, they open a certain amount at a time. Then they'll get them sold. Then they'll get into another area that's ready for release, and they'll get those sold. And so we're going to see a lot of what looks to be construction things. As always, you know, here we go. Here's one pending. Now, as far as the models are concerned, I'm sure we're going to be looking at Topaz, Ruby. All that gravel down here with some rock. They're still working on things. Topazes, rubies, moonstone, maybe an emerald or two. Just to name a few off the top of my head. What I'm looking for is just certain characteristic changes, certain things that they may have done differently that they may not have done in others, which is a rare thing to see happen. Now there's houses right there, right up against other people's homes. I'm imagining they just haven't finished building that fence yet. Rarely will you see them have patio villas within the neighborhoods, not separated by a wall. But I see a wall back there that just doesn't look finished. So you got a lot of homes around here that just aren't done yet. I'm gonna try to ride through here maybe. If these aren't the Lucas Patio Villas, I'll find where they're at. Sometimes they'll open up a patio villa neighborhood somewhere in the back area, and it'll be just some random opening, and you're just like, what? See off in the distance? Yeah, those... The wall hasn't been put up yet to separate these homes from the others. Here's more of the homes I was actually looking for. The regular patio villas. So what I'm seeing is probably a nest. It's a haven, a retreat, those kind of homes. They didn't do very many of them, guys. As far as, you know, those smaller patio villas. Maybe I'll try to spin around here. We'll go on the inside. See what we can see here, which is really not a lot. They haven't even put sod in some of these homes, so as you can see, they kind of like build these in stages, and as they're finished, they release them for sale. They'll put them on the market, or the Village's market rather, whatever, however you want to look at it. Once they give the go-ahead, they just fly out the door. Now, a lot of these patio villas, you know, you get people that buy these for a year or two. People just use them for vacation homes, rental property and stuff, which I can understand that, but I do have a bit of an issue with that. I don't like how people use these neighborhoods for like condos, or like, you know, just making it rental property neighborhoods, because then you get a lot of rando people in here and you don't know who your neighbors are from 1 week or next 1 month to the next. There's another home that's sold. That was one right over there. So, you know, everybody kind of has mixed feelings about making these rental properties. I think the Villages needs to put restrictions on the way that they're being rented, you know. But once the house is sold, and it's the homeowner owns it, so, or at least make it to where you can rent it only in certain like lease situations and not so sporadic, you know what I mean? But anyway, some of these homes are ready to go. If you're in the market for one of these homes, and a lot, you know, with that being said about the rentals, a lot of people do move into these homes full time, like me. Here's one pending right there. I know the sun's going to be in your eyes. You don't see these very well. But pretty basic, just like you would expect in the other patio villas. I didn't see any special changes or anything. The layouts are pretty much the same. That's the view looking down one of these streets right here. I don't think I see where it says. And that's the view looking out. And across the street right over there, that's where those patio, courtyard villas are, where we did a video on that. So right across the street are courtyard villas to patio villas right in here, which is a little odd in a sense, because most of the time these patio villas and all will be kind of more centralized or in another area of the neighborhood, or in villages, or in the village specifically, not so close to the main road, if that makes any sense. All right, guys, this is going to be it for this little particular short little villa neighborhood run. And I'm not sure if these are the Lucas or they're going to be called Peter villas. I don't know. But I'm going to put that in the description below, or add it to this video as to exactly what it is. And if I do find the actual Lucas villas that just recently opened, then I'll do that, and we'll know for sure as to what is what. And there's the view coming into the neighborhood. Very standard patio villa. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I appreciate you watching all the way through the end. If you haven't already, please click that like button. That's the most important thing for me, guys. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next little ride through, or in the next video. Be blessed, guys. Okay, guys, let me turn this around so that camera's not in my face. I've done some little researching, and evidently these are going to be the Lucas patio villas. Based on the village's email, if you go to the location and you tap on it to find out where exactly these are, it brings us to the Van Beck Circle right and Megason Road. That's where these are going to be at. Right there is Megason Road, runs all out there, and then that Van Beck Circle, yeah. So it says these are the Lucas patio villas, although the entrance street says Peter Lane. So, but anyway, we're gonna go with the Lucas patio villas. Also, guys, just for fun, I figured, you know what, we're right here, we're across the street, well, not across the street, but we're right here at the little area right here of the Lucas patio villas and the Mason courtyard villas. And I thought it might be interesting. We're just going to ride through the neighborhood around here a little bit and just look at some of the regular designer homes that are out here. And I'm always riding through patio villas, courtyard villas, and whatnot. And I thought, some people may want to see what some of the Village of Newell is going to look like. This place is just popping up like weeds. It just continues south. We're going to be at Orlando pretty soon. Some people are starting to call it, that we're moving towards Cuba. The village just continues to grow, but with that growth comes a lot more people, a lot more golf carts. The Villages is the #1 destination retirement spot anywhere in the world, from what I think I've read. It's obvious to see why. It's beautiful here, very well maintained. We love the Villages. I don't think we want to be anywhere else. Anyway, let's go for a little ride and see what we can find. Stay tuned, guys. Really nice house there. Most of these homes, as you're gonna see, are typical homes that you can find in pretty much in all of the villages. Every village neighborhood pretty much looks just like the other one. Actually, I'm gonna try to go down this way here. But sometimes you're gonna find little nuances that things that they may have changed up. Somebody's already moved into their house. Morning. Yeah, people buy in here and the next day they're moving in. You know, what's amazing is just, like we could do a ride through, like right now, for example, and the place looks totally empty and brand new. There's a house that's sold, and a week later, you'll find that half the people have already moved in. Got the furniture out in the lanais, you got plants being redone, and you're like, wait a minute, we just rode through here and there was nobody, and now it's just like, bam. Sometimes you'll start to see, you know, those pod containers sitting in people's driveways, and people get moved in, starting their last hurrah, you know, whether that be their last retirement home or whatever. Maybe it's not. I don't care where you go in the villages, in any empty neighborhood, there's somebody already moving in. Welcome home. People walking around, riding around through all the neighborhoods. Whether it's empty or not, you're gonna find people. Why? Because we all like to explore and see what's different. People like to look at the color variations, and you know, just to see what the villages might be doing something different that they did, you know, in a different neighborhood. These homes right here look like they back up. Oh, they're gonna be right there up against Vegas. I think I've been down this street before. You know, Susan and I was riding around, just checking out some things and seeing we like to see what they've done structurally, different changes, and you know, maybe new models or whatever. But sometimes they're hard to tell. And I'm trying to keep the sun behind me. Most of these houses are just really nice, very bright, beautiful colors. I was just looking at a house that shingles kind of looked a little funky to me, but I don't know. Like I said, we're riding through the village of Newell right now. Still a lot of homes to choose from. Many of these homes haven't been sold yet. A lot of them probably already have been or pending. So, you know, if you find something in here that you think you like and you're interested in, you call the villages, get with their sales department. Let them know what you're looking at, what you may be interested in. And they'll let you know if something's available, what the price is, all that good stuff. Another thing to consider, guys, when you're buying here in the villages, you know, they don't have HOAs here, but you do have amenity fees, which is like $190 a month or somewhere in that area. You're gonna pay for your water, you're gonna pay for you're even gonna pay for reclaimed water that is used for your grass. Some neighborhoods I've seen, you know, free, if it's pumping out of a lake or if it's reclaimed water, it's free to the residents, but not here. You're gonna pay for that water, whether it's reclaimed or whatever it is. I guess we'll ride through here, and I'm gonna stop this and go to another part of the neighborhood. I'm walking through the back. Some of these homes back here that are vacant in between two properties, just to see what their view is. I know the sun's gonna be in your eyes. I apologize, I hate doing that. But as you can see, it wraps around to a big retention pond back here. And these homes get this morning sunrise view every morning, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love sunrise views. And they get this retention pond view right here. Now the water looks really low, guys. We haven't had any good rain in a good while, so the retention ponds are really low all over the place. Some of them are darn near dried up. But if you notice off in the distance right in here, all the way around, that's a walking path. It goes all the way out and around the neighborhood. So if you like to walk, the Villages does provide beautiful walking paths. You can ride your bike. No golf carts though. Walking, bicycling, you know, you skateboard. No golf carts for those areas back in here, all the way around that walking path. It goes all the way. There's a pump house or something right in here. I've noticed that when you zoom in on the camera, the volume changes. Now I always have to try to raise the volume up in it. Anyway, it's really nice. My best advice is if you have pets and you're gonna walk along those walking paths, keep a tight leash on it. Gators will sometimes park up on those, you know, they'll sunbathe on the embankment. And they'll put a little gator in here, and you know, they see your dog, they might get interested in it, but most of the time you really don't have any issues with that. You know, that's a pretty steep little embankment right there, but just keep your dog close to you on a leash. Do not ever take your dog near a pond though, you know, to the water's edge. You're asking for trouble. But anyway, guys, I just want to show you the back of some of these houses and what they get to see. Try to ride down a little bit more over here. I'm getting in some of the areas where it's a little less finished. So we're not going to go back in areas where they're really not ready. We're finding the areas where they are done. Especially if I keep the sun behind me better. But anyway, guys, you know, if you guys are really, wow, look at these. You can see a lot of porta-johns in these neighborhoods. You know, you got to use the restroom in different places. They got them staged everywhere. But if you're interested in one of these homes, you know, I think I just came down this street. Right now we're still kind of riding around the area of Van Beck here in the village of Newell. Many of these homes are going to be stucco, you know, block homes. Some of these houses, you know, people have been hearing about the precast walls. The sun's going to be kind of in the front of us. So where I'm headed out now too is where we first started this little neighborhood ride through, heading towards Mason Road, and you'll see the Mason Villas on the left and then the Patio Villas over here on the right. Out to Mason Boulevard. Sorry, Mason Road. Mason Road. And once again, we see these double lines. That means no golf carts of any kind on here. I think we're going to go ahead and cross over Mason down Newell Loop. And a few of those homes on the other side of the street. I'm only going to go down just a certain amount of ways. And for a new neighborhood, there's already a lot of hustle and bustle through here. There's just constant traffic no matter where you go in the villages. You know, a lot of people are trying to find that perfect home. Whether you already own a house here, sometimes people will move 2 and 3 times to get into a better location or a different location. You know, a better view or of sorts. Come down here and spin around in front of this veranda neighborhood, which we have already rode through here once before, and get the sun behind us. Those are cottage, I believe those are cottage villas back in there that we went through before. We're going to look at these houses right here. This is just some more neighborhood homes, your designer homes. Newell Verandas West. In case people aren't aware, veranda homes are designer homes, but with the privacy fence. You know, and there's a few reasons why, you know, some people will like the privacy fences. You see the back of it right there. Because 1, they have pets. 2, they like the extra privacy between neighbors. This gentleman's getting some boxes broke down. thing about the Village is a lot of people like to ride around and look at stuff. For a brand new neighborhood, it is really busy. Hope the stabilization came out okay. Riding around in his golf cart, it tends to be a little lumpy. We're gonna cross back over Megason. I've got cars following behind me. But anyway, people, hope you enjoy these little ride-arounds. I know they're not the drone footages, stuff like that. But now I'm gonna cut this video short. I got people up my behind here, bicycles, and everybody wants to run 100 miles an hour. And as you can see, some of these setups these people got already moved in and living large. I'm gonna add a little something right here. I was coming down Megason off to this street. You probably can't see it. Berthoff Lane. Let me get out here and look at this better. Yeah. Berthoff Lane and Megason Road. It's a little different neighborhood. It's a little bit of a different neighborhood. It kind of goes up this little hill. And it has a very different, unusual view. Let's try to take a look and see what we can see with this. If I can ride around here without somebody tailgating me someplace. There's only like 6 houses or something, and it nice big driveway, got a little yard, got some preserve right here, and it comes to an end of a cul-de-sac, so to speak, that overlooks, you know, this retention pond in the back in here. So we're gonna go around this dead-end circle. And what I wanted to show you guys is just a very unusual view that these houses are gonna look at. I know it looks like a lake or something, but it's not. I'll stop and get out. Let's get a bigger view of this. Some kind of a pathway right here, and all this water. And you can see all the aerators in the water kind of pumping and gurgling in there. Now, I have no idea what this is. You know, it's got some big rubber liner inside. Got that water pumping. On a quiet night, you can hear that water. It sounds like a waterfall. But then you've got this thing over here that's making a loud hissing sound too. It's got some egrets inside here. I don't know if this is reclaimed water, well water kind of thing, you know, if it's like raw water pumped from the ground, or if it's reclaimed, or what the water source of this is. I honestly don't know. So if somebody could leave me a comment down below, tell me what the purpose of this is for. I'm guessing reclaimed water, because you know, you wouldn't have potable water in something that's opened up like this, right, with birds and everything in it. So this could be a reclaimed water, and perhaps they use this to distribute water to different retention ponds. Honestly, folks, I really don't know. But I found that kind of interesting, that these homes right here are going to look at that and then listen to that noise. Now, I don't know if the camera, the audio is picking that sound up. But on the other end, right here, you can hear that water closer in down that side. But anyway, guys, I just thought I'd add that into the video. I found that a little different and interesting. See if I get a closer point where we can hear that water. Probably not. But the wind is blowing in a different direction, so I think it's carrying the sound. So if anybody knows exactly what this is and what the purpose is, let me know. Whether my suspicions are correct or way off. There's some of that neighborhood that we were riding around earlier. Vegas Road. To these few houses over here on this little strip. So you move in here and you've only got a few neighbors. We rode around through some of the neighborhoods. I appreciate you watching my videos. That's going to be it for today. I'm not going to add any drone footage, because according to FAA rules, you know, you got to be certified and you got to pass the test to do that. So I'm going to try to do things the right way. I try to follow the rules the best way I can, and I just don't want to get jammed up. And I'm still practicing, and you know, so if you want some drone footage, there's a couple of great channels out there that you can see for the overall view of everything. I appreciate you subscribing. Please like the video. It helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already moved to Paradise, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I repeat myself, can't help it. Come meet me. I'd like to meet you guys. If you haven't gotten here already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Now's the time to do it. The prices may keep going up, or they may drop some. I don't know what's going to go on in the market. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of one another. Have a good day, guys.